What is the interview process for a sound like Alvie? Do they have to show that they can add drops whilst you talk? Or did he walk in, drop the week that was on your desk, and he was hired? Thanks. Ram in SLO moccasins. No, that's not how that went. In fact, the process was very involved. In fact, Alvie, if you're up for it, maybe you can actually address this yourself. There it is. Look at Alvie. Hi, Alvin. So Alvin and Hawk switch places. Alvin, so take us through. How long ago did this go down? And why don't you explain to this guy how you got this job?
So I was working part-time at night on this show and on some comedy thing for the Premier Radio Networks.
Yeah, go ahead and mention the competition. Well done.
Sorry
Alvin.
about that.
Okay. So you were working like late night or overnight?
I was pulling overnight cuts for this show and doing comedy stuff for whatever.
Okay, so what year was that?
Oh, geez, early 2000s.
Okay, so you're working late nights and talk.
It was a part-time job, and then what wound up happening is your longtime engineer, Brian Albers, Whitey, the legend, decided to move to Europe.
Okay, so what was your relationship like with Brian Albers? Did you guys ever cross paths because you worked at night? And for those who do not know Brian Albers, what was he like?
Oh, Brian was a legend. Not the most friendliest person, kind of prickly, but
Kinda.
I mean, he knew his stuff. Like he was legit. Like he was the master of his of the board for sure.
Let me just say this. We're having some fun when we say kind of prickly. My man was an amazing engineer. I mean, he was so talented and so smart, but really didn't give a bleep about what I thought as the host of the show. Like, it was his show. He was going to do what he was going to do. But again, don't get it twisted. He could not have been more focused, more professional, more creative, but kind of a different breed, different cat. Like, he literally showed up one day, Alvin, right, and said, I'm moving to Europe. I'm like, really? Like, where are you going to live and what are you going to do? I don't know yet. When I get there, I'll figure it out. Had no job, had no place to live, had no plan, just bounced. And then you had to just step right in for a legend. Do you remember what was going through your mind when you did that?
Well, when Brian came to me with the job, I don't know if you were involved with it or anything, but
yeah, Alvin, I'm the host of the show. I was actually involved in that.
He basically told me it was this one cut I did for the show that kind of set it for me, I guess. And I don't know if you remember it. It was the Tiger Woods cut, like back in the day, and the golf course one.
Yes, I remember the cut. Do you have the cut? Like when Hawk could play the cut, or you can move back over there when you're done and play the cut. But what you're saying to me is, because we had to make that decision. When he up and quit, we had to decide whether or not you were ready. Because let's face it, Alvin, back then you were not necessarily the stone cold killer that you are right now. You weren't as brash then as you are right now. You weren't as confident then as you are right now.
Not at all.
But there was one soundbite, right, that kind of got you that job. What was the soundbite?
Stand by.
The golf course looks good. My golf swing feels good. I like my chances.
So once I played that, first Brian hated it. Brian was like, "What is this? This doesn't even make any sense." But then it went to you, and you guys loved it. So that set it all in motion.
That literally changed your entire life right there. That
Pretty
changed
much.
your entire life, if not the course of this entire program. Listen to that again. And that, at that time, this was so fresh and so aggressive and so cutting edge. Alvin did this to Tiger Woods.
The golf course looks good. My golf swing feels good. I
like my chances. That's good. So that's how you got the job. You did not just walk in and drop a week that was on my desk. You did it like all the greats. You were biding your time. You were doing part-time work. You were doing it overnight. And then when the legend bounced without notice, you seized the moment, didn't you, Alvin?
Yes, exactly like that.
I thought so. Dude, why do you still sound so nervous? You're like a legend. You should be more comfortable.
I have a kind of a cough going on here, and mouth's kind of dry.
What? Right, but none of that was happening before you sat down for that behind that microphone. You were fine like 30 seconds ago.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long life, hasn't it? Don't you think it's time to go procreate again?
Nah. I'll bring Adam back here. Are we good?
We're great, Alvin. probably better than we've ever been. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Alvin. Well done. I'd like to compliment you once again on your poise and composure. Well done.
That was tragic.
Hawk's having himself a day over there. All right, so you can go back, Alvin, to the seat that you dominate. And Hawk, you can move back to the seat that you can barely keep up your end for. And there we go. There's your ATP. Just like that. Alvin is an amazingly talented engineer. That doesn't even begin to do justice. I mean, I can't even say, like, he's not the engineer. He's the voice, the conscious. Hawk wants to run that room on the other side of the glass, but we really know Alvin does.
Well, Alvin's incredible. He deserves an incredible amount of praise.
Like Steve Nash said that. Like, I can't get Steve Nash to talk to me on the program, but somebody got a microphone to Steve Nash and said, well, what do you think of Alvin? And Nash said this.
Well, Alvin's incredible. He deserves an incredible amount of praise.
That Tiger Woods thing, it's kind of funny. We're laughing at it right now, but I got to tell you, back then when he did that, that was like the funniest stuff ever. That was so good. It did get him the job. That got him the job. That soundbite got him the job. And you know what just bought him 5 more years on this job? Him saying to me at the end of the conversation, are we good? We good now? Can I go back? Bam!
You know, Alvin, he gets
5 more years for you, Alvin.
We enjoy that.
Not everybody has your ability, Alvin.
See, I've got a bank of testimonials for Alvin. Are we good?
If you know Alvin,
No, dude, we're not good.
Sometimes he gets pissed. We enjoy that.
I do enjoy it when Alvin gets pissed. No, Alvin, we're not good. We're not good. We're great. We're not good. We're amazing. We're not good, Alvin. You and I, we're perfect. We're not good. In fact, I should be asking you, Alvin, are we good? Alvin, are we good? Am I okay? Am I cool? Am I good?
Yeah.
Because, dude, you're amazing. Hawk, you and I are not good. But, Alvin, are you and I good? Are we cool? Okay. There it is. Batman ducked under the camera.
Batman.
Liz in Falls City tweets, my new favorite Alvin Delloro move is now blowing you off with a, it's been a long day. Can Adam come back? And she's got multiple fire emojis. That was good, but still not as good as him saying to me, are we good? Like, am I done? Can I go now? Alvin, you pretty much can do whatever the hell you want around here. It's your house. You're letting me and the rest of them live in it. Again, you should not be asking me if we're good. I should be asking you if we're good. At Van Smack. Somebody ripped my handle. Are we good? That will be reset thousands of times.
Are we good?
War little Alvie. Are we good?